My presentation is about bees, and we can go to the next one. So, I love nature. Nature's like part of me. Growing up, I've always gone camping. Most of my fondest memories are out in nature. I love the beach, I love the ocean. I want to do everything I can to help nature. And gardening is also a hobby of mine. Growing up, me and my mom would start a garden in the backyard, and we would use this to bond. Bees are crucial for gardening, the environment, food, anything in general. And I went into this project like, oh, we need to save the honeybees, but I could not have been so wrong. So we have honeybees, which are, believe it or not native to California and not native to the US at all. We don't have a single native honeybee to the United States. But our native bees are amazing, and we should pay more attention to them. We need to stop believing that honeybees are the only things that can pollinate. And honeybees were brought over with the Pilgrims because they needed something sweet. We didn't have sugar, so. And then pesticides. Pesticides are killing anything that lives, that pollinates our food, and it's a big problem. We can go to the next slide. So we have, this is a little chart I made to compare honeybees and native bees. So honeybees produce honey, obviously, and native bees do not. So we have no honeybees in the US. So honeybees live in a colony or a hive, and they stick together, whereas most of our native bees are solitary and they do not live in a hive. This means that our native bees are more gentle. Honeybees are more aggressive because they have something to protect. They share their, 75% of their genetics are shared with the rest of the bees in their colony, which is more than we share with our parents or our brothers. So they have a strong nature to protect anyone that comes, or protect all the bees from anyone that gets close to their hive. Native bees will only sting if you really just like grab them and like shake them, or like anything to really provoke them and they need to protect themselves. You can go to the next slide. So what is causing the decline of our bee population? Pesticides are one of the biggest causes. It's because we needed something to kill the pests, and this lowered prices of food. So the government was like, they didn't want to dig into it much because they were like, well, if the food's cheaper, then why do we need to make it go up in cost? And pesticides build up in our system. So in China, like generations ago, they would use arsenic to get rid of body lice, but they didn't think much of it, and it would build up in their system. So honeybees are greedy. They like to take pollen for themselves and bring it back to the colony or the hive, whereas native bees will take what they need and they will pollinate more flowers than the honeybees. This can increase a yield of food and a lot of other things if we were to utilize them over the honeybees. Another cause of the decline is we are using a lot more of one flower or plant, and there's not a very big variety of different plants, because some bees are specialized in the pollen and the nectar that they take. You can go to the. So this is the present state and desired state. So we currently rely on honeybees for pollination, and I think we should be relying more on native bees to like increase our yield of food. Next slide. So alternative solutions that I came up with, and me and Morgan talked about, is more education on bees. I'm sure a lot of you didn't know that we have no native honeybees, and there's a lot of bees out in the world that could be used. There's about 20,000 different species in the world. We have About 4,000 in the US, and 1,600 of those bees are native to California. So bee hotels are another thing. They like the bee bricks, so they're like in the same type of solution. They have holes to provide shelter for hole nesting bees, but the problem with that is only 30% or 25% of bee populations are hole nesting bees. The rest are ground nesting bees, so they nest in the ground. And another problem with these is that they need to be taken care of, or else diseases and mites will like build up in these, and it can spread diseases to the different colonies and different bees and kill them. Next slide. So the best solution I came up with was to plant plants. So different flowers or flowering vegetables and fruits in the community. We need to build a variety of different flowers and flowering plants, because some of the plants we're losing, and that means that we are going to also lose some of the bee population. Next slide. So this is Morgan, and we worked on our implementation together, and we did a lot of our stuff together. We contacted different people, we gardened together, we worked on our implementation together. Another person that helped us was Jean Cherry, the biology teacher, and she is the one who approved all our plants, got us the plants, helped us plant the native plants. She also took us on a tour of the Valencia campus, so she could show us all the different beehives we have on the Valencia campus and the different plants we have on the Valencia campus. Next slide. So our actual implementation is we are going to plant 2 Verbenas, 2 woolly blue curls, and 2 globe mallows in the COC meditation garden at Canyon Country campus. And we only got 1 Verbena in the ground, and we named him Ferb. And he is right here. And the Verbena it has purple flowers. The woolly blue curls have like bluish purple, they're like fuzzy. And the globe mallows have orange flowers, they're like little cups. In the next slide, you'll see what I've talked about the globe mallows. So this is the globe mallow, and there is a specialized bee called the globe mallow bee, and they take little naps in it. It's really cute, I'm hoping to see that. And they specialize like drinking the nectar and the pollen from those bees. That's an instance of the specialized bee. If we lose the globe mallow, we lose globe mallow bee. And bees are adorable, like, I mean, come on, that's so cute. Next slide. So how can you help? You can help by planting flowers, and it beautifies your lawn, it makes everything prettier. I mean, flowers are beautiful, they smell good in most instances. And if you plant flowering fruits or vegetables, you can gain a lot from that. You can get fruits and vegetables when the time comes, and there's a lot to gain from this. And this is my bag. It has flowers on it. Reminds me of the flowers. This is a keychain. It is a shrimp with a bee costume on, but this is the only thing I have like bee-like. And it reminds me of the bees. And then this is a book, and it's basically about like Norwegian secrets for bringing in nature to your space to help calm you down. It gets you in the right mind space, and that reminds me of the meditation garden, because someone can go up there and calm themselves down after a class if they need to, and nature has a lot of health impacts and stuff. And yeah.